Right. So here's the plan for today. I need to get react4dataviz.com up and running because I want to start a new blog on it. It's going to be like a monthly blog, and this thing it needs to go live today. I'm pretty much done with it, so I'm going to be streaming basically some final touches with Gatsby and stuff. I have almost everything built. Now I just need to make it prettier and work a little better, and then it's gonna go live, and I'm gonna start posting articles on it sometime probably next Sunday. We'll see how that goes. Right now my idea is to do it every last Sunday of the month, and then I'll see. So we have a monthly data visualization built with React D3 and others, live coded last Sunday of the month. Join live or subscribe to the newsletter. And then we need to add a ConvertKit form here, and then we have a list of all the articles and then about the author, which also I need to update. Yeah, and this is going to be basically the new marketing machine for React for Dataviz, because I want to, well, yeah, it needs to become its own marketing machine that is independent from my main blog, because it's like my main blog is not doing a good job of driving traffic to this particular page, and it's especially not doing a great job of promoting React and data visualization these days because I'm doing so many other things. So I want to basically separate those two entities and make React for Dataviz a little bit more independent. So we'll see if that works, but for now I need to get the articles page to actually work. So let's see, where am I with that? I've got the listing of articles down here. So we've got the article template and a page query that gets all of the markdown stuff. This creates the landing page. And then what I need is what do I need? ConvertKit form. Why is ConvertKit form not creating the form? That's the main question right now. So I have the ConvertKit form, what's this? Component, but it's not showing up here. So I guess, let's see, join live or subscribe to the newsletter. Let's see, ConvertKit form, is this actually doing stuff? Console log hello from ConvertKit form, and we will see if that does things. So hello from ConvertKit form, that's happening, but it's not creating the ConvertKit snippet, is it? Because we would need the ConvertKit snippet to show. Let's see what happens if I build this for production. Will that make it work? So right now it seems like the ConvertKit script isn't having luck. Static query, return, render, div, dangerously set inner HTML. So I guess it's here somewhere. Let's see. Articles, React for Dataviz, then we have this div, and monthly blah. Why is my scroll so sensitive today? And then this one is an invisible div because it does have a script, but it doesn't look like it's running that script, or the script itself doesn't run on. See what happens if we. Aha. So we do get the CK init, but how do we tell the ConvertKit snippet to actually render itself? Let's see. ConvertKit snippet React. Write React faster with no. That was ConvertKit snippet. Code snippets for custom email templates. Create ConvertKit form snippet. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna try. Beginner's Guide to Forms. Okay, ConvertKit Forms Advanced. The new form builder. Okay. So what else can I do? I can also Right, so we got that. Let's see, complete guide to ConvertKit forms. Check out our beginner's guide, the form editor. I don't want the form editor. I just need to know how to send incentive email, URL. After confirming, redirect to a thing, advanced settings. But how do I make it actually show up? That's the question. The WordPress plugin. HTML. This option allows you to copy the full form code to your site, which can be really helpful if you'd like to full control over code. Right, form automations. All of that is really kind of silly. Let me see if this works when I deploy it. So I'm going to make a temporary deployment using now. It's going to give me a temp URL that I can try and see if ConvertKit, maybe it's just something so it doesn't work on localhost, or you never know with these things. Let's see. And obviously right now I just have a couple of dummy articles in there. I need to replace that with the real articles. Monthly data visualization built with React D3 and others. Live coded last Sunday of the month. Join live or subscribe to the newsletter. Okay, so we've got that part. Now let's see what happens. Why is this taking so long? Okay, so it takes a while to build and make a temporary deployment. In the meantime, what I can do is make these into actual links. So when we get the article, the title needs to be an href to what's the URL. So if how do we get the URL for this thing? Article link, we have a link, so it needs to be a link. And what does the link require of us? What did I do? And link, and we go here, we delete this stuff. Link, what are the properties that the link requires? So that makes it clickable. Can we say 2 equals, and then let's go into localhost 8000 GraphQL, and I can look for what I can get out of all markdown query, all markdown remark. We get edges, and edges have nodes. Each node has an ID. Does it also have a slug? How do we get the slug? Explorer. Okay, so we have edges, node, children, excerpt, AST, HTML, internal. Where's the slug? Front matter, headings, word count, previous, next, no. Fields, front matter. Does front matter have the slug? I don't know where the slug shows up. So we have fields, and then the fields have a slug, right? Cool. So we're gonna be linking to each article gets the front matter, title, edges. So edges, node, ID, fields, slug. So how do I get where are we getting the excerpt? Come on, I thought I was showing it. So article.id, and then we pass in the entire article. So instead of front matter, we can say fields, and we say slug comes out of fields. And why is this complaining about why are you saying my syntax? Oh, right, that's why the syntax is wrong, because you can't have empty arguments in React now, can you? So what we're gonna say is that the link is to the slug. And let's see if that works. So that should have reloaded, and I can now go here and go right into the article. Perfect, so that worked. Now what I need to do is check if this URL, when we make a temporary deployment, if that shows the ConvertKit form. So the homepage works, and I can go to articles, and the form shows up. Sweet. Okay, so we know that works, which is great. Yeah, so that's perfect. So the forms seem to work as long as I'm doing them on the live deployment, which means I don't have to worry about them not showing up on localhost. So that's great. Oh, wow, I am a lot less chatty than I thought I would be. Great, so then we have the description, which comes from the front matter, which is fine, we can use that description. Next up, I need to, so the links work, this works, and we're going to make, should we swap the image? Right now these images are fake, but the idea is that these images would show you what the article is about. So if it's an article for the, well, the articles are always going to be about the data visualization, which ideally would mean that they're very visual. So my goal was for this to show you the visualization that we build in that article. And I think that means, should it be on top of the description or below the description? That's what I'm wondering. Actually, let's make them below. That makes sense. But one thing I do want to do is for the articles to have a bit more. Let's see. So when I had somebody build me the basics for React for Dataviz, the page, I didn't fully properly explain how styled components are supposed to be used. So now I have a bunch of styled components that just have all of the CSS tossed right in there, and they're not really following proper styled components guidelines, which kind of sucks, but you know, it's my bad. So we're going to call this a article row, let's say. So const article row equals a style div, which does what? So what I wanted to do is just add some padding on the top. So padding top is going to be 2em. Let's see what that does. Great. So now they should they have padding bottom? No, let's keep padding top. So this gives us some padding, which is great. And yeah, this is good enough for me. Now what I need to do, let's zoom this out. Let's go into each individual article page. So the individual article pages are going to, they're all gonna start with a what's this called? Wow, I am blanking out here. So they're all starting with there's always a video, because every one of them is a live coded thing. So they start with the video, and they have a title, and then they have all of the description and stuff. But what I want to do is center the refs, the titles, because I think that's going to make more sense. So text align center, that I think is going to look better. So we have runtime GraphQL, and they should all have a padding top of 1 rem. I still don't know what a rem is versus an m, but I think it makes sense to give us a bit of spacing, right? Yeah. So that gives us some spacing on top, so that we can better tell the difference between different what are these different I can't, wow, my mind is not working great today. Maybe I should stop live coding. So we've got that, all of that is great, and then in the very end you usually have a there's usually going to be a ConvertKit form to ask you to sign up. And then about the author, we can keep my picture. Let's change the about the author. So git status, git at source. I'm going to say that the home page is now ready, I guess. So we're going to say git commit -a -m. This page is what? Let's see, what should we say that this page is about? Or we built the article listing page. Interesting. Okay, Christina, thank you. That is a very great explanation. So EM means that it's based on the current. Okay, that's actually very useful. So EMs are based on whatever you're calling them in, and RAMs are based on the root HTML. Guess that makes them a lot better. Okay, now let's see, what can I do for React for Dataviz, monthly data visualization built with React, Gatsby talks, Let's see, should each of these, yeah, let's do that. So in the article page, at the very top we have a SEO title, perfect. So the SEO stuff should take care of all of the social share and Twitter cards and all of that stuff. They should not use the, let's see, so article.js gets the image from post front matter image, but then never uses it. And where do we use include type form? Let's see, where am I calling git grep include type form? That is on the thanks pages. That's okay, but we need to add an image. So that image needs to be used for, let's see, so the image needs to be used for every what was I gonna say, for the thumbnails and stuff. So we're going to say const thumbnail equals either the image, or let's say image, let's call it thumbnail is an image, or whatever this default is. I don't know why that is on Netlify, but sure. Does that still work? Okay, whatever, we can keep it there. So we're going to say that it's either the whatever we pass in as the image or that default. So we keep that, and then we replace it here everywhere with the image part. So we say image and image and image here, where React for data visualization. Aha. So the title should also be whatever the title is, right? So title needs to be title or React for data visualization. Let's see, page type. Let's call it page title. Const page title equals title or React for data visualization, and we didn't actually use thumbnail. We used the wrong thing. So we say page title, meta description, page title, meta description, website, thumbnail, summary, thumbnail, and then here we say, what did we say it was? Page title. Okay, so now for the description we need to do the same thing. Okay, we are doing the same thing. Perfect. All right, so now when I share this, it's going to either have the titles and stuff from the actual articles, or if I'm sharing the homepage, it's going to have the homepage stuff, which is great. So we say git status, git commit -a-m, fix social share for articles. So we did that part. Now what I need to do is update it here where it says main 2019. That needs to say, oh wow, I am dry. And that needs to be also an invitation to come join live, right? Right. So how do we do that? Wrapper date text. So the date text What are we doing? Last updated. I wonder where last updated comes from. Well, we can keep that. So we can have it as, instead of date, where does post front matter? Okay, so last updated date. This should be, how do we make the date text a little better? Let's look at example 2MD. We have the date and then last updated. Perfect. So the date text needs to say, I want it to have just the what, it would be great if it's just May 2019 and not May 9th, because it doesn't really add anything, because these are supposed to be monthly articles. So what we're gonna do, how do I actually do that? Date.strif JavaScript setup@time. How do I do that with JavaScript? Search what? How do you set a string? I did not know I have written about that before. Arguments of toLocale string method can also configure the format of the date. This is supported in modern versions. So I can do toLocale string weekday short, month short. What? Let's see how that works. I've never used that before. No? Where is it? Locale matcher. Okay, let's just try date FNS, because that, I know that's not a library that works really well. So I'm going to yarn add date minus FNS, right? Yep. And then we go into the documentation and let's see. We get the date, getting started, changelog is after, is before, range millisecond, difference in seconds. Come on, I know there's a way to use this to give me string from time. Maybe not. Okay, that's annoying. String to locale. Okay, so that doesn't work. Yarn remove date minus FNS, and let's try doing it here. So we get a new date from example 2MD, and I'm going to try to do this myself. I take that and I say t equals new date with that string. So that's my new date, and then I can say t dot to locale date string 2 how does it happen here? Oh, I know how it happens. I'm an idiot. It's done right here. So I can just, I forgot that Gatsby already has this and has our back. So I can just change it to MMMYYY. And that will immediately fix the date to May 2019, last updated May 2019. So we have that, and then here what we can do, if May 2019, and we say if this is changed, let's just always show last updated. So we're gonna show last updated here, last updated, and em. What is this complaining about? So okay, last updated, There we go. Come on, reload. Pretty sure last updated May 2019. Perfect. Because basically, when you publish an article, it is already last updated, right? So we only need the last updated time. So we say date or last updated. Actually, let's do this. Time, and I'm going to say const time equals date equals last updated. Then we show date, otherwise we show last updated. Yeah, something like that. Okay, so then we're showing that last update May 2019, and let's add a, let's see, instead of date text, should we call this something else? Actually, no, it's fine. So last updated, watch next one live. And let's add a space and a b blah. Watch next one live. Join live next time. Join live next time. And I'm going to change this into a link. Ahref equals blah. So it's going to have a link, and we're going to join live next time, like that. Join live for the next one. Join live next time. Last updated May 2019, and let's see. Live streamed every last Sunday of the month. Join live. Join live. There we go. Like that. Live streamed every last Sunday of the month. Join live, or sign up. What did we call it in the articles list? Or subscribe to the newsletter, or subscribe to, or subscribe by email. And I'm going to add a letter emoji because I like those. So we got that thing, and I'm going to go back into the articles listing, and instead of newsletter, or subscribe to the newsletter, like that. Okay, so we've got that, or subscribe by email. And all of that, I think, needs to be italic. So I'm going to make it EM. Join live, and I'm going to take my YouTube account for the live stuff. Your channel. Take that, and I put this here. Join live or subscribe by email. And the subscribe by email needs to be what? What does this link to? Let's go back. Let's go into ConvertKit and create a form. So there's going to be a default form for just joining the newsletter to get React and D3 visualizations once a month. Otherwise, I don't know yet what I'm gonna do otherwise. But let's see. So if we go into forms and landing pages, what is the default form that I'm using? ConvertKit default form ID. Aha. So we go into Gatsby config form ID. Wonderful. ConvertKit form. And let's see. Free chapter swizzles.com inline form. free chapter and crash course inline. Should that be the form that we use? That kind of makes sense, doesn't it? Yeah, I'm gonna use this form because this form makes the most sense. Free chapter and email crash course. Why does it look so bad? This used to have emojis and stuff. Okay, so we're going to say that the embed for this, we take this thing and that's the form. All right, so HTML share. Wonderful. So we say options user ID, then we must have ConvertKit somewhere else as well. ConvertKit URL is going to be this one, and I'm going to update these parts. So that did that. Is that the user ID? Data UID 785. Yep. So that seems to be correct. Okay, we've got that part. Beginner's guide, ConvertKit, session, or subscribe by email, join live or subscribe by email. And then we've got the article underneath, which should work. And the subscribe by email on the article needs to use the URL from configuration. So article ConvertKit form. Here we have the URL, data site metadata. Okay, so we can get the site metadata from here. We're going to say site metadata, and we put that in the form in the GraphQL for each individual article. Here, site metadata, we can add ConvertKit and say that we also want the URL. Like that. Will that work? Unknown field or type URL. What did I name it? Config. We did name it URL, but we gotta restart. I always forget that. You always have to restart Gatsby when you change something in the config files or in the basically in the backend files, because otherwise it doesn't reload them. Right, let's see. So that's loading and loading and loading some more. Okay, still waiting for it to load. Wonderful. Generating image thumbnails. I can reload this page and let's see if the URL works. So article.js, we have the convertkit.url, but we're not using it yet because we need to go here. Let's see, or subscribe by email. And then, okay, then we have the entire HTML and then we have the form. Okay, so subscribe by email here, we're going to say, do I have props data markdown remark? And let's say const convert kit URL equals props data dot site data dot convert kit dot URL, right? Think so. And we paste that in here. So we say ConvertKit URL, and that should give us cannot read property ConvertKit of undefined. So where is this data? What did we call it? So it's site metadata. Props data site metadata, then ConvertKit, then .url. And if I click on this, Voila, free chapter and email crash course. Leave your email to get a free sample. Perfect. So that worked. ConvertKit, subscribe by email, that works now. Let's give it a target blank. So target equals blank so that it opens in a new, let's do that here too. Target equals, actually no, let's just keep it without target blank because it's really not that big a deal. All right, so Gatsby talk. So we've got the basic layout. Now let's see about the YouTube forms. How does the YouTube embed work? Because it would be cool if the YouTube embed was wider than the flow of the article, because I think it would look better that way. Or let's just keep it for now the way it is. So we're gonna keep it the way it is for now. And what I need to do is make this a little easier to read, because I feel like the line heights are weird. Oh, and I still need to update the about page. So the about page, the about stuff, built by Swizzits with love. Let's change the footer. Where does the footer come from? Git grep built by, so layout.js, built by Swizzits with a heart emoji. React built by Swizzits with love. Perfect. And then we can go to, right, hi, I'm Swizzits Teller. I help coders become software engineers. Alright, that still seems like a good enough tagline to have, but I'm going to make my image link to, let's see, a href https swizzits.com, because that's my homepage. Wonderful, so that's now linkable. Hi, I'm Swizzits Teller. I help coders become software engineers. We can do that. Help coders become software engineers, and then this time with this page we're focusing purely on React and data visualization. Prepare. Help coders become software engineers. Story time. React plus D3. See, story time. React plus D3 started as a bet in April 2015. A friend wanted to learn React and challenged me to publish a book in April. It's 2017 now, but it's actually more than that. Prepare. In 2000, we gotta augment the story, don't we? So, because it's already got a few more chapters there. In 2017, after 10 months of work, perform strong React plus D3 v4 was born. React plus D3 v4 became the Hey Pro Group. I don't know how to pronounce that. I'm doing pretty well. How are you today? In 2015, after 10 months of work, React plus D3 v4 became the best book I'd ever written. 249 pages. Sweet. I don't know what banners and overlays do. How is that? I've actually, I'm not that great at using Twitch or live streaming properly. I just turn it on and do stuff that I've been meaning to do anyway, and I think it's a cool way to hang out. At 249 pages, many examples and code to play with. It was designed like a step-by-step course was designed like a step-by-step course, but it was lacking a little bit of something special. But it felt like something was. But I felt something was missing. So in late 2018, I rebuilt the entire thing as React for data visualization. M dash, so dollar M dash blah as React for data visualization. So let's give a link here. Ref https react4dataviz.com as React for data visualization, a proper video course. A proper video course designed for busy people like you, with real lives, like you. Over 8 hours of video material, a bunch of new chapters, over 8 hours of video material split into videos no longer than 5 minutes, a bunch of new chapters, and techniques I discovered along the way. React based React for data visualization is the, let's see, what is it? So React for the best way to learn how to build scalable Dataviz components your whole team can understand. All right, let's see, what does that look like? Why does M dash not work? How do I make an M dash HTML? Oh, it's an M dash dollar and M dash. Let's see if that shows up. A proper video course designed for busy people with real lives like you. Over 8 hours of video material split into chunks no longer than 5 minutes. Bunch of new chapters and techniques I discovered along the way. React for data visualization is the best way to learn. Strong. React for data visualization is the best way to learn how to build scalable Dataviz components your whole team can understand. Some of my work has been featured in various ways, and that should be that. Awesome. And let's go back into the article. ConvertKit form, 8 line, and then about, and then we have the previous and next links, which I think should actually show up above the about form. So let's do that here. Wonderful. Load the page. Let's see if that works. So you read the entire article and then you see the navigation and you have about the author. Perfect. But I think the navigation should break into being like bigger, but okay, we can fix that later. Now let's make sure this works on mobile. and then after that I'm going to say that it's time to start copying over some of my older articles, because I think, well, I just think it's important to keep those, and they're already getting some traffic, right? So sources, network, let's see, what does this look like if we go to the let's say an iPhone X, reload the page. Aha. So that part works. Most of this kind of works, right? I mean, About the author, right? So the problem is that when this is on a phone, it doesn't quite work, which means we have to go here and say, what do we say? If, how do I write a media query? CSS media query using media queries. Wonderful. Media queries. So it's been a while since I've done media queries on my own, which, why am I doing that? I don't actually need to do it. There is a React plugin that gives me, that tells me whether something is mobile. React is mobile. I know that works. React device detect, that's the one. Alright. So, git status, git commit -a-m, update metadata, meta info on each article, git push origin master. Wow, I am really thirsty today. Got that part. Now we say yarn add react device detect. So that's doing the thing. Okay, react device detect. Now how do we use this thing? We're going to import is mobile. So import is mobile from react device detect, and then we can go in here and we can say dollar is mobile. We don't add a margin, so we say the margin is 0, otherwise the margin is -4 rems. We do the same thing here, is mobile question mark 0 or -4 rems. Now let's see what happens. We might need to reload the entire page because we installed a dependency. So, or I don't mean reload the entire page, restart Gatsby. So that's doing the thing. Still doing the thing. Come on. Come on, thing. You can do it. Okay. Oh. So that is loading. Perfect. Great. That loaded. Now I can go into here and reload the page and see if things are still looking weird. Well, some of the things are still going to be looking weird, but at least the titles shouldn't. So titles are no longer pulled all the way out of the screen. That's great. So the next step is doing the same with, let's see, with the code. So is mobile, same thing here, chirp chirp, and otherwise it does this thing, and here it does this thing, margin right, Alright, perfect. And now here we're going to say that if is mobile, again the padding is going to be 0, because no, it should not be totally 0, should it? So let's make the padding a 1 rem, but then everything else here can actually say -1 rem. So -1 rem, and is mobile is also going to have a -1 rem and -1 rem. Cool. Come on, reload the page. Let's see if that works. So when you're on mobile, I want the tags to go all the way through. Why aren't they doing that? So padding, let's see, margin left -1 rem and margin right -1 rem. So why isn't it doing that here? Let's try a more stronger reload, empty cache and hard reload, because this should be working. If it was working before to disable pulling out, then it should also work to just change how much it's being pulled out, right? Okay, I don't know why that's not listening to me right now. It's very confusing. -1. So mobile gives us a 1 rem padding, otherwise we have a 2 rem padding. Margin left, padding top. Why is this being so difficult right now? Let's go back to the definition. Class padding margin. No. Okay, so why does Prism CSS give us that thing? Should it be -2 rems then? No, because that should still work. Right? Yeah, it's basically saying that it's just not applying the -1 rem, but I don't know why it's doing that. Because if we go to the full responsive size and we reload the page, we'll see that it should actually be blowing out. Empty cache and hard reload. Let's try that again. So it's doing the thing, right? Which means that it should be doing this thing as well, but it's not. I'm not sure why. Weird. Oh well. I don't feel like going down that rabbit hole right now and figuring it out. So the next thing, so I'm going to say that we've mostly fixed mobile. So git commit -a -m. Perform. Oh, we should also look at the articles page. So articles itself, console. Let's see, does that work on a phone? iPhone X. Reload. React for Dataviz. That mostly works, right? About the author. We can do with a little bit less padding. So I'm gonna go here and do the same thing. Yeah, I sure hope there's no far right spammers either. Hey Candy Cane, how are you doing today? So I'm going to say import is mobile from React device detect, and we're going to use it here to say if is mobile, then padding is 1 rem, otherwise padding is 2 rems. Great. Let's see. Page reload. That's perfect. So that gives us a better padding, right? About the author. Perfect. In late 2018, I rebuilt the entire thing. I rebuilt everything as, yes, I rebuilt in late 2018, I rebuilt blah. Damn, this is a long ass story, but it's okay. Great. So I think I'm gonna say this is good enough. Git status, git commit -a-m, make it work better on mobile. Now the next thing I need is typography, and I think I know there's typography.js, which gives us a better way of handling relative sizing and line heights and stuff, because right now the font, the code, the font is a little hard to read. If you look at this, let's go to get to that thing. So if I reload this, voila, you see that it's kind of too close together, right? The line height doesn't feel pleasant, or whatever you want to call it, so it just doesn't feel very pleasant, which means it needs to be updated. And I know there's an old typography.js thing that Kyle Matthews built, which is supposed to help with this. So let's see. A powerful toolkit for building websites with beautiful design. Demo and playground. Typography is a complex system of interrelated styles. Hundreds of style declarations and dozens of elements must be in harmonious order. Trying one design change can mean making dozens of tedious recalculations and CSS value changes. Alright. So, okay. How do we... Oh, I know there's a Gatsby plugin for this. Gatsby typography plugin. Gatsby plugin typography. Oh, I have something weird on my thing. On its themes might look like this. Grand view theme, you then have blah blah blah. Okay, let's give this a shot. We don't need date text here apparently, so I'm gonna say yarn add Gatsby plugin typography and React typography and also typography. Wonderful. So that's installing. Import typography from typography, grand view theme. Then have to take the exported style sheets and inline them in your entry file. Since a theme comes with two fonts, you also have to make sure you have the fonts available somehow. By using Gatsby plugin typography. Okay. So how do I have fonts configured right now? That's the question. Let's go to my layout page. The layout page does what? Header. I know there's definitely somewhere where I am defining layout CSS. That sounds like a great place. Font, family, Apple system, Blink Mac system, Helvetica Neue. Alrighty then. So we've got that. We can go into my Gatsby config. Gatsby config, React JavaScript. Let's see, Gatsby config, is there typography here? No. So I'm gonna add it at the very end. I'm going to say resolve Gatsby plugin typography and options path to config module. How do I get the config module? Let's see, how do they do this in the tutorial source? Gatsby plugin typography, how to use, path to config module. How do I get So this is the tutorial. Typography, 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 source utils. Aha. There we go. Okay. So we are exporting blah. Where was I? Oh, okay. So we're gonna say path to config module is in source. So ls source utils. I don't have utils, but we're going to just use source/typography then. And then we make a new file, and I'm gonna copy all of this over. And I don't know what the Grandview theme is. Can we use them here? Theme. Let's see. WordPress, Kubrick, Sutro, Parnassus, Grandview. What does that look like? Should we just do the DeYoung? That looks nice. Dulger. I like that one. Elklen. Fairygates. Let's use Fairygates. This one looks great, right? So Fairygates will give us a reasonably good looking font that I think looks okay. Alright. So we need typography theme, Fairygates, Fairygates, and we use that in source typography.js, scale rhythm typography, and we take Fairygates theme, Fairygates theme. Okay, so we are exporting everything, and that should hopefully just work, which means I need to stop Gatsby and install the theme yarn add typography theme Fairygates. So we've got the Fairygates typography theme, and then I'm going to start Gatsby and hope that it just picks up on it and everything works. We'll see if that's true. Okay. Yarn start. And let's see if it works. Still waiting. Okay, this might take a little while. It seems like it's getting slower and slower, but that's fine. I guess that's because I have more and more images. Yeah, that would make sense. Okay, come on. Almost done creating image thumbnails. So now if I reload this page, let's see if it actually changes the typography. I don't know if it will, to be honest, because it's been a while since I used the typography stuff that comes with Gatsby, or with the Gatsby typography plugin. It worked. Nice. It looks bad. It looks very bad. I think it looks bad because... Why does it look bad? Because I have font size. Am I changing the font size anywhere? Let's see. And let's make the max width more like 960 pixels. No, not 9060, 960 pixels looks good to me. So I'm gonna go into, let's see, Gatsby theme. What other theme can we use? Or maybe I'm super zoomed in. It doesn't look like I'm super zoomed in. Session 7. Yeah, we need to make this a little smaller. Let's see if I'm changing font size anywhere. Git grep font size. Font size in source. Did you already finish your React course? So I'm not sure exactly which one you're talking about, Candy Cane. Do you mean the the live series that I'm doing right now, that is still in progress, and I will have that done soon. It's probably gonna launch as a course in September. That's currently the plan. Price box special, pricing, testimonial. Why do all of these things have font sizes? Yeah, the live series is ongoing, but it's going to wrap up. I'm very close to having it wrap up. It's really actually very close. So layout CSS, font size. What if we take this out? Let's see what happens. That looks a lot more normal, doesn't it? And let's take the line height out as well. And the font weight. Actually, when did we add this stuff? Progress, that was added by the dude. Okay. What if I completely remove this stuff? Let's see what happens. No. Command Z. Let's take all of this out and see what it does. Session 7, Gatsby talks to our Lambda. I think that looks better. But it does need to be narrowed down because these are too wide. So if we go back into article, we can say, let's change it back to 700 pixels. That looks better, I think. All right. Now, if we go to the articles listing, we get this, which looks okay to me. So we do need a hero title as well, because these are too small. And if I go to just localhost 8000, which should be this thing, stop copy pasting D3 examples. I think this looks much better now. Wouldn't you say? Okay, that needs, we need to change, we need to fix this a little bit. But whew, okay, that needs to be fixed. All right. So we've got that. Try a free chapter. See what React for data visualization is like and learn some basics. Free chapter and email crash course. Leave your email, get a free sample of React and an email crash course. About the author, that still is the same. Okay. So I need to now that I got the typography fixed, I can go into, what was it gonna go into? I need to change, table of contents here. That is still missing. Ha! I never actually added back the table of contents, which was something I always meant to do. Right. I am silly. What else? 94 full HD videos. Let's fix that one. Let's do git status, git add source, git commit -a-n, better looking typography, git push origin master, and the next thing I need is to fix the full we need the hero. We need a lot of things actually. So if we go to index here in our hero, so the hero says h1 and then h3. This one doesn't actually need to be an h3, it can just be a paragraph like that. Oh, come on. React JavaScript mode. Learn how to build scalable Dataviz with React for data visualization. Perfect. And then the h1 needs to have a font size. Let's take this out and see what happens. So this is going to have a font size of 1.5 EMs. Reload the page. Nope. Needs to be 3.5 EM. Come on, I just want it. Well, that was way too big. 2.5 then. And it needs to have some padding on the bottom. 0 RAM. Let's do a 1 RAM auto. Perfect. So that looks better. Now I can take this same. We can call this a I'll just copy it over because I'm lazy. So I'm gonna go into articles. Actually, let's do styles. And in styles, we're going to export const hero title. And then we're going to import it here. We're going to say import hero title from / styles, and we remove this thing, and we say that this is now a hero title, and we can then go into the articles listing, articles.js, and we import hero title as well. So import hero title from / styles. Okay, and then article row here. This one is a hero title, so that's gonna get bigger now. Bam, that looks much better. And this one also needs to have a hero title at the top, so we import hero title from / styles, and we say wrapper hero title. Come on, hero detail. That what? Why does it look like that now? Ah. Because it is. Does it actually need that? Let's see what happens. Okay, so hero title, and we're going to say that it doesn't have a margin. So index.js, article.js here, where we are giving a -4 rem margins to this one. This one is going to have an overwrite. It's going to say margin left auto, margin right also auto, and that should move it back to the center. That worked. Cool. So we've got that. Last updated May 2019. Live streamed every last Sunday of the month. Join live or subscribe by email, and then you have the rest of the article. That's the full article, and then in the end here you're going to have another form, and at the very bottom an about page, and then at some point we should also have like a bottom form or something that shows up and says, hey, you should go check out the main thing, because the main thing is where you can learn how to do this yourself. Right? Right. Okay, so we've got that part. Now what else do I need? Let's see, git status, git commit -a -m. What did we actually change? Oh yeah, add hero titles. Then I gotta go to the home page, and on the home page we said that 94 plus looks weird now. Git grep 94 plus copy block.js. Weird. Okay. H1, and we say wrapper, background color, linear gradient color. we take this stuff as well and we apply it to the H1 2, let's see if that's gonna work. No, come on. 94 plus. Whoa. Okay, we doesn't need the paddings and doesn't need the margins. And I don't know why. Why is this still black? Oh, okay. So 94 plus HD videos, and we're going to say that font size is 2em. Come on, reload. You know you can do it. Let's say 3em. I'm gonna reload the page manually because hot loading is apparently not liking me right now. 94 plus full HD videos. Wonderful. And then we gotta go back into the, what is it? React for data visualization, full course. By now, where are we doing those? Git grep by now. We go to pricing.js, and in pricing.js I'm gonna need to, by now, how are we doing this? Big buy button. The big buy button is styled where? By now, big buy button, ID, price. How is the styling for this done? Class name, button gray, button minimum width. Oh, it's the class name button, isn't it? So if I go to layout CSS button, no. See, if I press this, I get the Gumroad thing, but I can't tell where it is being styled. Why don't I know how this is getting the style? That's bad. Let's see. Try a free chapter. So Gumroad button display inline block. Relative, border radius, position, white space, box shadow, it's that one, color, background color, text decoration, none. This makes no sense. Font weight, text align, cursor, background image, white space, padding, font size. Where's the shadow coming from? Because I think this is a shadow thing, right? Git grep shadow. Where is it coming from? Box shadow, price box, copy block, text shadow. What if I say here text shadow 0? No. Transition, div style, no, that's the other one. Why can't I figure out where the damn shadow is coming from? Because I'm pretty sure this is a shadow problem, right? Price box, wrapper block. So we have the wrapper block. What else? Price box JS. What does the price box do? Aha! The price box has shadows here. Button, display, button gray, background color, line height, color. We don't, let's keep defining the line height, text decoration. Line height, border radius. What happens if I take all this stuff out? And why? Okay, so that worked. Button gray and button. Let's keep just the button gray part. Let's see. Okay, so it's still. What if we take this stuff out, the shadow stuff? Nope. Guys, I don't understand why this is doing the thing, and also why is it saving it weird. Price, plan name, plan features, action button. Let's take this class name out. What happens? Okay, come on, reload. Where are you? How do I figure out where the thing is coming from? So the button actually comes from outside, but I don't know where it's being styled, do I? Okay, remove these stupid spaces. No, why did it stop my music? Well, let's take away all of these class names for the big buy button and reload the page. Okay. Okay, so they look normal that way. Now, as soon as I add the button one, like the button class name, let's see what happens with the button class name. Come on. Aha. So it's already doing something weird as soon as the button class shows up. So let's see what the button class is doing. And then start removing things one by one. Or actually, let's remove all of them. Padding, white space, background image. Okay, so we've got that. Right now it looks normal. If we add inline block, still looks good. Margin bottom, font weight, looks okay. Right, yes. Text align, looks great. Vertical align, cursor, yeah. Background image, still looks good. Border, looks okay. I don't know why we need a 1 pixel transparent border, but sure. White space, no wrap. Padding 10 pixels, still good. Font size 20 pixels. I guess that doesn't even change anything. Line height, that still worked. Border radius, still fine. Position relative. And then margin top. Oh, margin top is the one that messes it up. Weird. Okay, so we can go back to wherever the button config is defined and remove margin top, and according to what we just tried, that should make it work. I am questioning this. Yes, of course. Of course it didn't work. Okay. Let's see, what does, is there a git grep? Is there a hover definition anywhere in source? So that's the email sign up. We don't care about that. Action button A hover. Okay, hover. That changes the background. That's it. Hi, Kiwi. So button, hover, price. What if we change? What if we remove these background things? Will that make it work? Color, background. Oh, that's for the price. That should be fine. Hey Fuzzy Buddy, how are you doing today? So button, action button A, but are we actually using? Right, we are. So React. It's frustrating because, yeah, I learned an important lesson with this project. Mostly that I need to, when you hire someone to help you out, you need to spend a lot more time making sure that you're explaining yourself correctly. Oh, my camera battery ran out. Let's replace that. Okay, I'm gonna give myself another 12 minutes to figure this out. And if I don't figure it out in that time, I'm just gonna bail because I'm gonna have to go do some other work as well. So let's see, where are we defining action buttons? Am I moving again? Great, camera works. So price box, action button. Then we have action button there. And that define, let's see if it's the background definition. Background, color. Let's take that out. I don't know why we needed that. We also don't need a border. Hey Fuzzy Buddy, so it's going okay. I'm having some trouble with getting these buttons to look right. And I don't know what's wrong. Okay, so that's going. Don't need a border, but we do need a background color so that we can see that everything is messed up. Let's see. Come on, reload the page. Why is this getting so slow? See, the problem is that when I mouse over my buttons, they stop looking weird, but they look super weird otherwise. Let me take out pretty much everything I can think of. So I can think of that. We need the display. Let's take out all of this stuff. And the price is okay, plan name is okay, plan features are okay. Let's take that out as well. Reload the page. Meh. And it is still looking weird. See, what is that shadowy thing? And where is it coming from? Filter, shadow. Aha. So that's where it's coming from. Okay, how do we take away the text shadow? So I don't need this to be that anymore, but we do need to say text shadow none. How do we do that? CSS text shadow property, how do we get it off? CSS to remove text shadow. Aha, okay, we can just do text shadow none. Text shadow none. So what I'm coding today, Fuzzy Buddy, is I added a blog section to my react4dataviz.com page because it needs more traffic. So I decided to do like a monthly data visualization live code, and I'm also going to write an article and stuff, and hopefully that will lead to more traffic to this page. Yay, okay, so that works. Now why doesn't it work here? Candy cane, both of those. So I specifically hired people who were less experienced on purpose because I wanted, well, because that was what I could afford. But the problem was that I then didn't properly explain things so that they could understand at their level. So it's totally on me, right? But yeah, that's what happened, and that's why I have really weird use case of styled components here that are being used in a way that doesn't entirely make sense. So now the other buy button, let's see, fade in button. How do I get the big buy button for the, how do I style the big one? That's my question. Where's this one still getting, why does that one still not have a text shadow? None. So big buy button, price box special, because it is still styled here. My VS Code theme, I don't actually know. I set it up once and then I forgot. I think it's tomorrow theme, something like that. So wrapper group button, text shadow none important. Great. So that should now go away. Come on, go away. What did I do here? Okay. Yay, okay. We've got the buy buttons and everything. Rendering the canvas, refactoring the React hooks. Awesome. So we've got all of that part. Now, I'm not gonna bore you with, I'm just gonna deploy this, and I'm not gonna bore you with porting some of my old articles over, and I also just don't really feel like doing that right now. So that's it for today. Thanks everyone for watching. I'm going to deploy it and call it good. Git commit -a-m, improve, fix up homepage, git push origin master, and I deploy with now -- production. Now -- production, and you'll see. So right now react4dataviz.com. How do I deploy to production again? Now deploy to production. I know there's a way to do that. Deployment basics. Should we make the, no, it's fine. Introduction, I know there's a way to deploy with aliasing. I know I've set this up, but I forgot, target production, there we go. So see, I'm on react4dataviz.com, it looks like this. Then I can say now target -target target production, and it's going to Candy Cane, why do you think that a CS grad isn't a junior dev? That's the, there's a subtext to your question, and I'm curious why you say that CS grad and junior dev are exclusive things, because most people consider CS grads to be completely junior people. Right, so that's deploying, and I'll just show you that when I reload this page, it's going to have the new fonts and everything. And then at some point, probably, well, I'm not gonna live code that one, but I'm going to port some of my old articles over to React for Dataviz.com, and then we're going to start with live streams every last Sunday of the month. Yes, a CS grad with no experience, or even a CS grad with little experience, is a junior. I mean, there are some CS grads that are no longer junior because of their experience, so it's kind of tough to say, and I think it depends on different companies and different people. They have different perceptions of so a CS grad, in terms of what they can get done at work, is pretty much the same as somebody who has, so two people with zero experience and one of them is a CS grad. They both are junior people, junior devs when it comes to getting work done, but the CS grad sometimes has some preference in hiring. It's easier to get hired, and it might be easier for certain jobs because they have more background, more theoretical background. But at the end of the day, on-the-job experience is what really matters. So now if I reload this page, you'll see that production now has prettier looking fonts and is easier to read. Yes. So that works, and that's annoying. Okay, I'm gonna deal with that some other time. And if we go to articles, we get the article listing with the crash course stuff, and you can do everything here that we had, and you can then go into each article, and that also loads. So, and it's got a form down here, doesn't it? It's supposed to have a form down here, so I'm gonna have to fix that. But if you click here, you go to the email subscription, and that's that for today. Thanks everyone for watching, and I will see you again Monday, maybe? I haven't decided yet. I'm probably gonna be streaming on Monday, but at the very least, next Sunday is going to be the last Sunday of the month, so we're going to make a large data visualization and going to spend a couple of hours on that. Fuzzy Buddy, a degree is definitely not required to join a startup. Startups are probably the easiest places to join without a degree. But anyway, I will see you again next time, guys. Thanks for watching.